Alright, it is exactly 12 minutes after the hour, 7 o'clock on this wicked Wednesday morning. Rave on there with Selector.
A very special dedication to my very best friend Ben Kangangi Wanjiru. Anasema kiwa Village Market yuko ndani.
Ako Village Market sahi?
Okay, hapo kwake ni hapo tu Village Market. Gigiri, you know what I'm talking about.
I wonder if they had power yesterday.
Pale stima yesi potea. Gigiri. Stima inapatia tu kukwetu huko chini.
But the question is, Jalas, in the last few months, the KPLC bills have skyrocketed.
What do you know? You know, Jeff, you at least bills are sent to your home.
Yes.
Mimi natumia token. You know how token works?
Tell me.
Token is the process whereby you add your power directly through M-Pesa.
Okay.
So it counts down. You understand? Unapata 100 shillings ni kama tokens 10 ama 10 ama 15.
Na token unaweka wapi?
See, ukishanunua, KPLC sends you a code. That code is what you dial in some gadget they give you.
Okay.
I'll take you, nitakupeleka kwa estate yetu utaiona. Isa zile end month ukiingia kwa plot nadhani ni success card.
Kwa vile?
Zinalia, you see, when your token is coming to an end, plot mzima imewaka moto. So I was used to using kama token ya 200 ama Mungu akinimulika na torch asubuhi na weka ya 1000.
Okay.
Saisi 1000 3 days 4 days
gone.
3-4 days
gone.
I can imagine what you people who receive bills go through.
We want to know from you listeners, has your KPLC bill gone up? Because mine, for a few months, I was really smiling. And I said, oh my goodness, they've cut the power is working. The grid in Sijui, geothermal, izozote, it's working. Wacha October
ikakuja na bill.
Bro, I thought it was a wrong bill. Nikawapigia. Because what's this?
Wakakwambia, that is yours.
Before we were doing Sijui estimates. This is the real deal.
What do you mean? By the way, they use that thing of estimates for long. Why should you be estimating things here? There's a meter.
Jalas, the bill I got, it was like I was running a factory in my home.
What do you mean?
Factory.
Ilikuja ukadhani ni namba ya simu.
One man who is not happy with these bills
and has decided to take KPLC head on.
Tukutane
kotini. First he says that KPLC alone, them operating as a monopoly, is unconstitutional, uncouth, unpalatable, primitive, and stone age. Those are some of the words,
just a few of the descriptions,
adjectives that my personal lawyer,
Apollo Mboya, the soft-spoken lawyer,
and he's also my personal lawyer.
Oh,
yes.
How many lawyers do you have?
I have 3 lawyers. King George Gustavo,
lawyer number 1.
Evans Monari,
yes,
and Apollo Mboya.
Kikiumana kabisa.
Kikiumana kabisa.
By the way, listeners, please call in 0722 20 8820. Let us know, has your bill gone up the last few months? Let us know. Is it just mine? Is it just Apollo Mboya's? Is it just Jalango's? Has your bill gone up? Karibu sana, Apollo Mboya. Welcome to Hot 96.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you, man.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
So you are taking them head on?
No. This must be done.
Huh?
This must be done.
The reason being?
Yes. The reason is, first, as you have said, they are calling it estimation, but I call it guesswork. They have been guessing bills. Somebody seated somewhere on the table, and now they have admitted that they have just been sending guesswork. They should not even use the word estimation.
Yeah.
Yes. That is why I've decided enough is enough.
Is it unconstitutional, Apollo, what they're doing?
Yes, it is unconstitutional in so many respects. First, in their operations. If you look at the 4th schedule of the Constitution, electricity reticulation, that is the pricing, and regulation, is a devolved function.
Correct.
It's a county government function.
I didn't know.
Yes. It's in the 4th schedule.
And they have not devolved it, obviously.
Since 2010. This is the 8th year.
Okay. Apollo, help me here.
Yes.
how do you devolve power? You see, how do you devolve power? Because let's say health.
Yes.
Health is devolved now.
Yes.
At least we know that the hospitals are here.
Yes.
These are in
Each
this county.
county,
This one goes here. This one goes here.
Yes.
How do you devolve power?
Good. Now, the issue is actually the same model like health. What we need to devolve is the company. So that if you have a problem in a particular county with the power, you don't have to call Nairobi.
Okay.
Yes.
So you go to Homa Bay.
We have
power.
KPLC,
Homa Bay.
Homa Bay County. KPLC, Kericho County.
Right.
KPLC, Nairobi County. That is what the constitution requires.
And now if you have, say, KPLC, Kericho County.
Yes.
So there's the MD and all those positions.
Exactly. And I think the listeners should understand this. KPLC does not have power. It's just a distributor. In the energy sector, generation of power was given to different entities. So we have KenGen. So then they generate, and other independent power producers, they generate. Now, then they sell to KPLC to distribute. So we can have as many companies distributing and KenGen selling to them. We should not have one. And in fact, what happened yesterday, the blackout, shows that it is a national security risk to have one company controlling the distribution of power.
Okay, what happened to the government telling us that our bills will be drastically cut? Remember, more than a year ago, our bills will be drastically cut, and we would see the effect.
The effect was going to be big, and they had also a project called the Last Mile. The Last Mile, where every other household will be connected, and just not connected, they will be connected to cheaper, efficient, affordable, present, and underline the word present electricity, not absent power like what we saw yesterday. The whole country being plunged into darkness for hours and hours. Is that what you are in court for?
That is what I'm addressing. So the ultimate aim first, I know we have talked about the bills, but the ultimate aim is to ensure that the monopoly ends, and that is constitutional. So that every county government comes up with a utility company that distributes power in that county. That is the bottom line. And something KPLC is not telling us. KPLC has been saying that your power bill went up because of generation through thermal. Is that right? Yeah. They're saying some diesel generation. What they have not told us is whether they exhausted all the capacities. Generation in Kenya for electricity has got hydro, which we use dams. Then we have geothermal, which God has given us for free.
Correct.
You don't use any diesel. Then now we have wind power, even in Turkana.
Correct.
Then we have solar. So have you exhausted all those capacities before you come to diesel? And I can tell you, no. Kenya is supposed to be a country that produces surplus power.
And obviously we're not.
Yes.
And someone's making a lot of
deliberately.
money from it.
Deliberately we are not. In fact, they are going into thermal generation deliberately by not exhausting the capacities available under solar, geothermal, hydro, and wind, so that some people can benefit.
Wow. So Apollo, when all this battle is done, you want to see a situation where if Machakos County is not managing their power well, their blackout is their blackout, and their blackout should not affect Nairobi County.
It should not affect Nairobi County, but also for the consumers, you know where to go to. You see, everybody in Kenya now, they are calling Nairobi to tell them, I have a power problem. I'm telling you, consumers are so frustrated. People are so disillusioned. And even when you call them, you don't get the right answers. In fact, they tell you, oh, you have an inflated bill. Pay first, then complain later. That's what, and you see our bills, they come and they tell you, if you don't pay by this date, then you're liable to disconnection.
Disconnected.
Yes. And when they disconnect you, that's where the money also is, the reconnection fee.
Reconnection.
See? So it is big.
Okay. So. Another, this is also a cartel.
It is a cartel, of course. It's a cartel.
You've disconnected me because I haven't paid a bill.
Correct.
I've paid a bill.
Yes.
It is only good that you reconnect me without demanding for a reconnection fee.
Yes.
Or is it? Are you in the business of reconnecting people or giving power? You understand?
In the business of making money, fleecing you.
Yes.
The monopoly.
And they're telling you guesswork. You know, they're calling it estimation. For me, the correct term is guesswork. We have been guessing. So it means if somebody is not giving you the actuals, they're just been fleecing.
My goodness.
And I can even go further. I can tell you, why have they not given put the token meter to everybody? They started installing the token meter because when you have a token meter, as Jalango has said, you can control, you can see, you are in control of your power, basically. But they realized that token meter does not allow them then to fleece the consumer.
So it doesn't
because they want
benefit
to estimate. Because in token meter, they can only steal from you if they give you fewer units from
what you
have paid for. Value for money. You see it? Yeah. But the other one, the postpaid one, somebody sits on the desk. Yes. They sit on the desk and they say they don't read the meters and then they do a guesswork.
Jeff, you really need a token meter.
You should see my bill. If I showed you my bill, you will cry.
You need a token meter. Do you know why?
Why?
You'll be able to see.
Yeah, the numbers going down.
The numbers going down.
And when it reaches
zero, no, kuna kelele ikianza.
In fact, skiza here, Kajimi Kawajiko says, in our estate, tokens zinalia kama gari zimewekwa reverse gear kwa package.
Because January now, people are struggling to pay for their electricity bill.
Yes.
So either mtu anaweka token 20, 10 or 30. Ukiwa na tuseme so tatu hivi, uweke zifike 15 ama zifike 25. You understand? So unapata flat iko na token meter kama 50 and they're all at 30 and they're all buzzing at the same time. Unadhani ni success card, my friend. Nikubaya, watu wanaumia.
Yes.
Watu wanaumia.
Yes.
So the constitution says that KPLC should not only be the power distributor.
First of all, monopoly should be frowned about. It is like, if you recall, let's start even with telephony. We used to have Kenya Post and Telecommunication. Only one.
Correct.
Okay? But why did we then liberalize, even when we came to mobile telephony? So that if this one is not giving you better service, you can go to another.
Correct.
Okay? It is only in power that we are seeing this monopoly. So we need to fight monopolies are not good. And I can tell you, what happened yesterday is a wake-up call. It is actually a national security issue. Because if what happened can be happening at any critical time. I saw the Kenya, Kisumu International Airport. Total darkness.
Shut,
I even wondered, they don't even have a power backup.
No generator, nothing.
Yes. An international airport.
It's national. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
Yeah. It is a national security issue.
Apollo, are you able to take these people on? Can you win this case, or is this just going to drag forever and ever? Because let's face it, this monopoly has been going on for 50 plus years.
Yes.
Half a century.
Yes.
And they won't let it go just like that.
I can tell you, it is not me taking them head on. This time it is Kenyans, the consumers, saying, I'm only their mouthpiece, and I'm very happy with the support that I've received. Since we opened the email account, we have received more than 600 emails, and I've put a team at my own cost replying to each and every issue, and interacting with those people and getting the bills, because on Thursday we are hitting them. This 10.1 billion, we must know where it comes from. And this 10.1 billion, I'm not guessing it. They put it in their financial statement that this is an amount that actually was incurred but was not recovered. Now we are trying to recover it post facto, the whole of last year. When I talked to a few people, the insiders, they said that last year they were requested by the national government to ensure that the levies are suppressed artificially because it's an election year, and that the government was going to pay them for the lost revenue. After the election, when they went to the treasury, the treasury told them, "Bwana, no, you go to the consumers." And then immediately they started hitting the consumers.
Yani jipange.
Yes.
And then we get hit.
Yes.
My goodness.
So it is that serious. It is that serious.
And this monolith.
Yeah. So the question is, why were they misrepresenting our bills if they are really correct what they are saying?
Yeah, that's criminal.
Yes, it's criminal. Why were they misrepresenting the bills? Why couldn't they give me the correct one?
So they were giving us a false sense of security.
Yes.
Of, just...
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So that is the issue.
So people ask, okay, give us your email address if there are people who are consumers who are there who want to join your team or your bandwagon.
Yes.
What is the email address?
It is called switchoffkplc@gmail.com.
switchoffkplc@gmail.com.
John Ngurugwe anasema, as we still struggle with KPLC in Kenya in this area, in this era, Germany, the consumer are paid by the government to use power.
Yes.
After the rates go negative due to overproduction of power.
Yes.
They're being paid to use power.
It's
in Germany.
In Germany. It's a good concept. Actually, what they do, when there is overproduction of power, you actually get negative bills, because electricity cannot be stored, when it's being generated.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So when there is overproduction of it, the consumers actually get negative bills. Yeah. In Germany. That's how they do it.
Emmanuel Maboga says, Kenya needs a person like Apollo Mboya to rescue us. We could not run a lot of systems last night with geothermal and all the other alternatives. We still had a blackout.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
George Kweyu says more than 840 kilowatts were added onto my consumption bill. They don't read the meters, but they estimate. Tell me something, Apollo.
Yeah.
With this geothermal, you were there. Weren't you part of that geothermal launch in Naivasha? What's it, in that?
Yes, in Naivasha.
Yeah?
Yes.
And what they do, they generate power and they put it on the grid.
Yes.
And then KPLC distributes. Oh, how does that work?
Yes. They basically generate power from God-given capacity.
Yes.
Because it just comes from, you just have to put the machine to harness it.
Yes. It's there in the ground.
It's there in the ground. And then they sell it to KPLC to distribute to you. So basically, the generation, we have not even harnessed all the capacities that are required, even on geothermal alone. If you come to solar, we know solar is not harnessed. Even you go to the solar panels, the cartels then make it also very difficult for people to own solar panels because of fast importation duties, its expenses, and all that.
Yeah.
Everything is being put to ensure that you remain with KPLC, and they keep on estimating, as they call it, but me, I say, as they guesswork your power bill.
Victor Ogega says, Jalanga Jeff, like in my small town of Mansfield, I have more than 50 energy companies to choose from.
What?
I always choose the company that gives me the best offers. One of them is called Free Nights. One of them is called Lower Rates Power.
Yes.
KPLC should stop this monopoly. I support Wakili.
Good. That is it.
More than 50 to
Yes.
choose from.
Yes.
This is what Mansfield,
Mansfield,
Texas.
Yes.
Good Lord.
It's like the way we used to have Omo as the only detergent.
Correct.
I mean, that era is gone.
Yeah.
We have now Ariel, we have
Everything.
Power Boy.
Yes, everything is there. So you
And
choose
all of them-
what works for you.
Clean in one wash.
Yes.
Nelson Opole says, tokens also sometimes do not work well. You top up and they will tell you need to add more for you to have your lights on.
Yes.
Wow.
James Kibet says the show is smoking with brilliant minds like Apollo Mboya. It is time that KPLC man up and realize it is our revenue being wasted.
Coletta Kims anasema we need plan B when it comes to power supply.
Yes.
Having a blackout is risky in our economy.
Yes.
It's true. Huh?
Aaron Kibet says in rural areas people are really suffering. Sometimes the power is out the whole day. Everybody begging and asking KPLC who they still have to pay.
Yes.
This is ridiculous. And they've just appointed a new chairman of the board,
Yes.
Engineer Mahmoud Mohammed,
Yeah, exactly.
former IGAD SG. Huh?
Yes.
No, they need to be confronted. Huh?
They have to. The time is up for them, and this one, the public must win. This, the public must win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of the public, we're going to go to the public just now very shortly. Listeners, come tell us, how has your bill been the last few months? We want to hear from you. 0722
208820
or 0734
208820.
In the studio, we have the soft-spoken, tough-talking Apollo Mboya. He spares nobody. He's going up against a monolith.
You anytime you say his titles,
Yes.
at the end you must add that
Easy.
Delango's personal wakili, so that people know.
You have a battery of lawyers.
You don't mess with me, my friend. You don't mess.
You're now rocking with the best, man.
It's the Hot Breakfast with Jeff and Jalango.